Hi, sixth graders. This is the last video I'm gonna make for you. So I could get any of my other friends to come, so I got Felix and Teddy here that's gonna listen to my lesson so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, all right? I know I'm being goofy. Here is what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be real quick, okay? It's gonna be a little review for your quiz. Now you have one more quiz on Friday. Once you're done with that, you are done. Remember, you have next week to make up anything that you need to, but you have to let me know. So if you do a LearnZillion lesson, you have to tell me what unit it was from. It'll tell you right on it and what lesson number it was, okay? If you make up some Khan Academy, just tell me which ones you made up. If you had to do a quizzes, say, Ms. Starkey, I did the quizzes I needed to make up, or I did, okay, so I need to be able to look for it specifically because it's really hard to find if I don't know where to go. And I want to make sure that you guys get credit for it, okay? So make sure that if you have something late that you're letting me know what it is so you get credit for it, all right? And then again, one more thing is check over your Schoology at the end of either this week or next week and make sure that everything you've done is turned in, because if not, you need to let me know. After the 12th, I can't change anything, okay? So everything has to be in on the 12th. So you have a whole week to make up work. You have 0 new week. No, I can't even talk. 0 new work next week, okay? All right, here's what your quiz is gonna cover. It's really not that bad, okay? It's gonna ask you about numerical question. What is a numerical question? A numerical question is a question that gets answered with a number, okay? That's the easiest way to think about. So the answer has to be a number. Easy enough, okay? So an example of a numerical question is, how old are you? How much do you weigh? Anything that has answers with a number, okay? A categorical question means answers not a number. Is not a number. So in other words, what's your favorite pasta? What color hair do you have? What's the name of your best friend? Like, those things are all considered categorical questions, okay? So in other words, it's not going to be a statistical, it's not going to be a data question. It's going to be, it is data, I guess. It's going to be a category though, okay? It's going to be a question that you answer without a number. Okay, so I gave you an example of each one. A statistical question is a question that can vary, so the answers can vary. So if I were to ask a group, now I'm not just asking a person, remember that. Like, even though it says, what score did you get on the test? I'm not just asking, I wouldn't just be asking you, it would be a survey of people. So not everybody's gonna get the same score. So it's gonna be an answer that can vary, okay? That means it's gonna be different with different people. So what score did you get on the test? If I ask you, you might say 100. If I ask somebody else, they might say 89. If I ask somebody else, they might say 77. Okay, so what you need to do is be able to tell the difference with these. Like, what I'm going to ask you on the quiz, and I'll be very specific, is this a numerical question? Okay, or which of these questions are numerical questions? Okay, so there's going to be questions like that. Okay, or is this a statistical question? All right. All right, and then we did dot plots. So I just made up a little thing on dot plots since I had a little stuffed animal thing going here. I said, how many stuffed animals do you have? So I'm saying I surveyed 12 people and asked them how many stuffed animals they had. Okay, so here's what I got. 0 people had 0 stuffed animals. So this would be the number of stuffed animals . And then I would put a dot above how many. So 0, I would put 0 dots. 1 stuffed animal, 1 person had only 1 stuffed animal. 2 stuffed animals, 4 people. So I would do it, it goes on top of it, just like that, okay? 2 people had 3 stuffed animals. 1 person had 4. 2 people had 5. Nobody had just 6, and 1 person had 7, okay? So that's what this means. So each dot represents one person. Okay, so that's how a dot plot works. Now, we did mean, median, and mode. I can find the mean, the median, and mode from here, and we might do that in a second, okay? But I'm gonna go back to it, but this is what a dot plot would look like, okay? All right, so I told you it's gonna be kind of quick. Oh, I'm gonna go on to histogram first. Okay, so histogram, this is just from your book because I don't want to make a new one. Remember, histogram, there's ranges between. Okay, so this is like from 10 to 14. This would be from 15 to 19, 20 to 24. So that would be a range of data, okay? This again is frequency, or how many dogs. In this case, it was dogs' weight in kilograms. So if I were to label this, this would be the frequency or the number of dogs. Same thing, okay? So my graph is dog weight in kilogram. This tells me how many dogs fell between the range of 10 and 14. Okay, about 7 dogs. About 9 dogs were between here and here. So that's what a histogram looks at. Remember, there are no gaps between the bars or spaces. The only time you're going to have a gap is if one of these was 0. Then you would just go to the next bar. Okay, that would just mean that 0 were between 30 and 35 if there was no bar there. Okay, so you're just looking at different ways. And remember, we did this on the lesson. If this was a dog weight kilogram and this was a dog, this one's a little bit easier to read than a dot plot. If you did, I don't even know how many dogs, 40 dogs, okay? Because you're trying to fit 40 dots in between 10 and 34, where this makes it a little bit easier to read. Depending on the data, you'd use a dot plot or a histogram, okay? So that's a histogram. Just like a bar graph, only the bars are next together and it's frequency instead of categories like. All right, mean, average. We're going to do one in a minute. So you add up the numbers. You divide by how many numbers? By how, oops, that's H-O-W. Many numbers. Okay, that's how you find the mean. We're going to do that in a second with this data set at the bottom that I have, okay? And then we'll do it also with the dot plot. My phone keeps shaking here. There we go. I keep hitting the desk. All right, your median is your middle number, which seems very easy, but you need to put the numbers in order first. They must be order from least to greatest. That has to be the first thing you do. It's not the middle number in the data set. It's got to be ordered from least to greatest first. That's a mistake most people made, is they don't order the numbers. Okay? Is that they just look, oh, there's the middle number, it must be that number, okay? No, you have to order them from least to greatest and then find the middle number. Then find middle number. When I give you an average for tests, I say average. Usually I find the median, okay? If everybody says, well, how did everybody do on the test? Usually I'm giving you the middle grade, okay? Because that's the most accurate. Because I could have somebody that got a 0% that's going to bring an average down, but the median usually gives me a really good sense of how everybody overall did, okay? And then your mode is the number that appears most often. And you can have more than one mode. Okay. Yeah, that should be. You can have more than one mode. You don't have to, but you can. Okay, so those are the definitions. Now let's go through this problem. And I'm going to find the mean, the median, and the mode. The first thing I'm going to do is order them. Okay, I can't do the median and the mode like this. I could, but do the mode and the mean, but the median I cannot do like that. So I'm going to cross them off as I go. I'm going to pick the lowest number, which is 3. I have 1, 2, 3 3s. I have a 4. Okay, I have a 5. I have a 6. I have a 7. I have an 8 and a 9. Now, what I would do is I'm crossing them off as I go, but I would also say there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. I better have 9 numbers down here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Okay, I know that there's 9 numbers. I'm going to need that for the mean. Okay? All right, easiest one to find is the mode. Which number appeared most often? Well, there were 3 3s, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7, 1 8, 1 9. So the mode is 3. There were 3 of them. All right, the median. That is my middle number, okay? I am going to go high and low. So I'm going to say you go with you. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. My median's 5. Okay, now if you look at the first data set, if I would not have put them in order, I would have done high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. I would have got the wrong answer. That's why you have to put them in order. Okay, so that's the median. Those are the really easy ones to find. Okay, the mean's just a little more difficult. Now I'm going to add these numbers up. So I would do 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 7 is 31. 31 plus 8 is 39. 39 plus 9 is 48. Okay, so when I added them up, I get 48. I have 9 numbers. So I'm going to say 9 goes into 48. 9 goes in there 5 times. 5 times 9 is 45. I'm going to bring down a 0. 9 goes into 30. 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. And you're going to see it's going to keep repeating, okay? I could bring down another 0. So my mean is 5.3 repeating. And I remember I told you on the other lesson that usually your mean and your median are going to be very close together. Usually, unless you have a huge outlier, which means like if I would have had 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, okay? Then it would have changed my mean a lot. But normally they're pretty close. All right, we're going to do one more thing, and then you are on your way. All right, so if we looked at this, if I wanted to find the mode, okay, I can do it with this, and it's already in order from least to greatest for me, so I really don't have to look. I just have to look at this graph, which one had the most. 2 did. 2 has 4 people. 3 has 2, 5 has 2, but this had the most. My median, again, I'm going to do it with the high-low dots. This dot cancels out this dot. There were 2 dots here, 2 dots here. 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here. My median was 3. It is not the middle number of your data set. It's the middle dot, okay? So remember, this has to be the middle dot. A lot of people just want to go, well, the number would be 3.5 because it's halfway between 7 and 0, but you have to look at the dots. And then the mean, okay? I'm going to do this up here just because I ran out of room. I guess I can do it here. I have 1, 1, plus I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 4 2s, that's 8. I have 2 3s, I have 1 4, I have 2 5s, and I have 1 7. So I'm going to add those up, okay? That's 9. Well, this is 10. I'm going to do it this way. 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 9 is 29. 29 plus 7 is 36. So I would do 36 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's going to be 3 point something. So I would do 11 goes into 36. 3 times 11 is 33. I get 3. Oh, it's going to be a repeating decimal. 11 goes into 30 twice. 2 times 11 is 22. I get 8. 11 goes in there 7 times. 7 times 77. And I'm going to get 3. And you're going to see it's going to go 27, 27, 27. So that would be 3.27 repeating. Okay? All right. You guys, I probably won't talk to you, so have a fabulous summer. I still am going to do office hours next week, so if you want to stop in and say hi or have any questions you need to ask me, that's great. But other than that, thank you for following along with me this whole time. It was not ideal not to see you guys every day, but I hope you have a fabulous summer.